Hello everybody, my name is Tim and this is hopefully going to be a relatively short video on a guide to Stellaris, a new-ish game out by Paradox over here, version 1.21, no actually no, the game R23316 SN version, the one I've got. Yeah, I got asked yesterday and some more today about what Stellaris is actually like, and if it's actually fun to play. I enjoy it. I get my arse handed to me a hell of a lot, but you know, I still enjoy it. So I thought, why not put together a video on basically kind of the core concepts and starting off the game. So let's head in new game because I haven't got any saves. Over on the left here, so this is where you select what species you're going to be. Over on the left are pre-generated ones, so United Nations of Earth here, Commonwealth of Man. That's the kind of, you can see here they're kind of the ideal Federation Earth. They're like the Shattered Mirror Earth. They're kind of the fanatic. They're the soldiers. Trizon Empire, Kingdom of Yonderim, the Ixeldar Star Collective, the Chinar Union, the Jelma Dominion, and the Skikardi Confederacy. Up here are two that I've created. The Wasari Syndicate. They're not bad. These guys unfortunately tend to die rather quickly because I've got minus 15 years lifespan, so the leaders really I kind of have to produce a leader, stick them to do something, get that done, and not kind of have them hanging around for ages. And the other one I've been using a lot is this one, the Brathar Commonwealth. These are the ones I enjoy most, and you can see it's got a little symbol here, Empire Spawning Allowed, because this is because they're my creations, and I can set here if I want them to be able to appear in a regular game, which I'll do. Different types of travel you can see up there as well. We'll get into that in a bit. So if I go into the Brathar, say edit, this is what you get if you are starting a new species. So you can choose your appearance here: mammalian, reptilian, avian, arthropod, molluscoid, and fungoid. Soon there is to be a plantoid or something, new plant species coming out. You can name it, name species. You can do a random name. You can automatically generate an adjective for them because you have the name, the plural, and the adjective. Biography, you can stick in yourself. This is where you can choose, again, you can put in your starship prefixes. So if you want USS, you can have USS. You want RDW, you can have RDW. If you just want AK or something like that, you know, fine, whatever you want on there. And you've got various different styles. So you've got 3 arthropods. You can see here the leader names, the fleet names change. Avian ones, Soaring Starflock, the Atori Stellar Rectrix, or the Murder of Kalwala. These change as well. The fleet names, ones that I haven't figured out how to get them to actually come up like that, because I assume they're supposed to be you build a fleet at your world and it comes out with that name. Unfortunately, when mine comes out, it just comes out as the first. So it's the first Stellar Rectrix, the second Stellar Rectrix, and so on. Traits, you can stick traits on your various species. They have trait costs, so you can see what they do and how much they cost. So agrarian, for example, gives you plus 15% food. That is good if, well, it's good for anybody really, because it's food. You have to generate it. If you have a good planet to land on, then that really does help with producing the food you require. More energy credits, more minerals, better science, and you know, kind of goes down the list. rapid breeders at growth time, and then you've got negative ones which you use to get extra points. So slow breeders, for example, slow learners, so the experience is down, weak, solitary. Oh, sorry, my alarm just decided to go off, don't know why. And then you've got strong, very strong. You have, I think you get 4 picks. So that's why it's got 1 left and 0, and you get 4 picks and 2 points to start with. So you can just get 2 things that are 1, and that's it, fine. Or you can get 2 negative 1s, 1 at level 1 and 1 at level 3. You know, you can kind of pick what you want. It's how you want your species to be. Ruler. Again, not a lot of choice in certain ones. It's mostly just kind of, you know, colour variants there. You can change the clothing style, phenotype if there is a different phenotype, and hairstyle if you have hair. You can randomly generate a name. You can choose male or female. Sometimes it changes the appearance. If I change it on here, male, female. So there we are. If I change it around, you can see it doesn't make any difference. My species don't have any physical noticeable differences between male and female. Next up is the world. You get to choose. You can have various different worlds you can start off on. Continental, ocean, Arctic, tundra, arid, desert, and tropical. You can name your star system, and you can have it set up as either random, as spawning in the Sol system, which basically replaces Earth, or the Deneb system, which replaces one of the, you know, the colony, the Commonwealth of Man. So it replaces one of the systems in there. City appearances, just for background show, really. You've got mammalian, reptilian, avian, musculoid, fungaloid, and anthropod. You'll probably get a plant-based one that will come up down here as well when that's done. Government and ethics. You have 3. Yeah, you have 3 ethics points. So you can see here I've got xenophobe, militarist, and materialist. So I don't like aliens. I'm predisposed towards combat, and I like researching. Now you can do extreme ones that give you this for 2 points. You can have that if you want. Some of these are mutually exclusive, so you can't have militarist and pacifist, for example. But depending on what you choose from here, spiritualist, collectivist, xenophile, pacifist, materialist, individualist, and xenophobe, that will go and dictate what government type you can have, as well as impact on alien species. For example, because I'm a militarist, my trust, other species don't trust me as much because they think I might just stab them in the back. I might just go to war with them for no reason at all. But my civs are happier when I am actually at war, and my weapons do more damage. Xenophobe, rivalry influence gain. So when you declare someone as your rival, I'll get influence faster, so I can do more government stuff. I've got much better alien slavery tolerance, so my people aren't going to complain if I go and enslave a whole bunch of aliens. But people like me 5% less because I'm a xenophobe, and you know I don't particularly like other people. And materialist, pretty basic, just gives me bonuses to science. Now over here, just to say, with the choices I've got open the basic ones down here, but I think you always get these as options. Indirect democracy, the plutocratic oligarchy, or despotic empire. Because of my choices down there, I could also have a direct democracy, which I think is what we have at the moment. I think that's what most Western cultures are. I think they're direct democracies. Science Directorate, which is like the Institute in Fallout, or the despotic hegemony, which, you know, they're good at, they you know, they really like building science stuff, and they get research being generic. This is more science, this is faster science. Or I've got the ones at the top, which are military republic, a military junta, which is apparently how it's pronounced, or a military dictatorship. Now I've gone for the military republic because service guarantees citizenship, as they say in Starship Troopers. So I have elections every 10 years, which means every 10 years I'll get a message up saying, this fellow's been elected as your consul, he's your new leader, and it will give me a little pop-up to say this is what they want you to do, and generally it's like go and build 4 mining stations or 4 research stations or build up the fleet power or something like that. My armies are stronger and they are I can have more of them because it takes less upkeep, and military stations are better and cheaper. I could go over to military dictatorship if I want. I never have an election. My naval capacity is bonus, ship costs are down, and I get more rivalry influence. There are other ones down here: divine mandate, theocratic oligarchy, and theocratic republic. That's if you go spiritualist, you get that line open to you. Moral democracy, peaceful bureaucracy, and enlightened monarchy. And you see down there, that's if you have pacifist, you get that line open to you. Empire name, you can randomly generate, or you can what you want. If you randomly generate, it takes the name of your species and just kind of sticks a random thing on the end there. Colonies, or union, or the league, or the commonwealth, you know, nation, alliance, you know, whatever you want. Flag, pretty in depth what images you've got. I don't think you can upload your own, but if you could, then you could probably hack the files and find out why you're doing it. All various different types of things you can do, and you can choose your colours on it. So you can say my primary colour is going to be red, my secondary colour is going to be purple or orange, like that, and you know, that is now my flag. Starting weapons, you have projectile, energy, and missiles to choose from. They're all basic level 1s. You get red lasers, mass drivers, or nuclear missiles. As it says down here, mass drivers are good at, I think, close range, I think it says. Yeah, so they're good at close range and okay at getting through shields. They do like bonus 15% damage to shields. Energy weapons are good at medium range and good versus hull. Missile weapons are long range, average against everything, but they cannot be avoided, so they will always hit the target, unless the target has active countermeasures. FTL method you can now choose as well. You have the warp travel, which is the basic one, so new players have warp travel. I put warp travel on this, it's simplest to do. Basically, it's as long as your fleet is, your target is within range of your fleet, you can just go straight there. Bam, there you are, done, no worries. Hyperspace, similar, but you have specific hyperspace lanes you can go down, which are specific links from planet to planet to planet. And wormhole travel, which is apparently is the hardest one, but I find it not too difficult to actually use. That one, you basically build yourself a wormhole station in a system that is within an area you own, and then as long as your ship has adequate range, you can then go to and from that system to any others around it. It does have the drawback of having to go back to the wormhole. You can't kind of jump from wormhole to other's place and then from that place to somewhere else. You have to jump from either from wormhole to wormhole or from wormhole to target planet. And finally you have the ship appearance. I always go for reptilian ship. I love the look of a reptilian ship. Anthropoid ships look okay. Fungoid ships, molluscoid ships, and they're not really for me. Mammalian ships are a bit too kind of generic, basic thing. And avian ships, yeah, they're very smooth, very sleek. But yeah, I prefer my reptilian ships. So yeah, that's how you create a space. So if I go back here and say, okay, right, so back to the Brathar Commonwealth, tropical world, all the various stuff down here, we are fine to go. Red lasers, I chose lasers as my starter. So this is where you get to choose what your galaxy is going to be like. At the moment, you have elliptical, which is basically just a big splodge. You know, everywhere's even out, that's fine. Spiral, 2 arms, spiral, 4 arms, speak for itself. It's spiral galaxy, arms go out. Travel down the arms, your stars are fairly compact down there, so you can find something. Between the arms, you're not going to find anything, so it's harder to get across that way. Ring is literally just a ring. You can go in one or two, one of two directions. You can go up the ring or down the ring. That's it. That's your only options. I generally like going for spiral galaxies. So if I normally go spiral 2 or spiral 4. Let's go spiral 2. And you can choose how many stars there are. Tiny, small, medium, large, or huge. I always go huge when I'm doing it myself. But that will dictate how many other alien civilizations are around. So if I go huge, you see it defaults to 29 other AI empires, which can go as high as 39. Advanced AI starts, that's how many species will start off better than you. AI aggressiveness, there's not really a lot you can do here. High, low, or normal. Difficulty, normal is the basic, or you go hard or insane. FTL method, you can say you want everybody to be using hyperdrives, or everybody must use wormholes. Iron Man mode is Iron Man, it just means you don't save. You can't reload your saves, that's it. When you go in, you're going. For this, we'll do a tiny one. We'll have 2 empires, and they'll all start at the same time as me, and we shall go. And begin. So, right, everything starts off paused. This is your system, or more like it is my system here. As you can see, I've got various planets that I know about, I have not scanned. And we've got icons up here. So first thing really once you get in, before you start the game, is sort out your science. So these are all my science leaders. You can see each has a specialty. He's got new worlds, which is things like planting new colonies, being able to land on different places. He likes building, researching starships, and so does he. I think the basic research, I think the first entry research you get is fixed, but research after that is semi-random. So for example on here, you will always get New World's Protocol. You'll always get that to start with. I think this is semi-randomized on here. And yeah, you don't generally get Betharian to start with, but again, it's mostly randomized stuff. So let's get some armor for starships. Let's get colony ships so we can go and land on other places. And let's get ourselves some power plant Mark II, because they are really, really useful. Really useful. Right, now before we go anywhere else, just a brief run through of what we've got at the top. Any Forex game, you've got your stats and stuff up the top here. This is your money, is how much money you're getting in, or how much money you have, and how much money you get in per month, and a breakdown of what you're spending on. This is your mineral resources, this is what's used to build things. Again, 200 to start with, 7 per month. And this is influence. This allows you to do stuff on the galactic map. I get 5 research for physics, 5 for society, and 5 for engineering. I have no strategic resources. I own 1 planet, and I have 3 ships out of a maximum of 12. Like any good Forex game, you can go over that, but it does increase the cost of the ships. Speaking of ships, let me zoom in. These are my ships here. This here is my starbase. These are my little starting off corvettes. So you can see they've got large laser. I think it's actually a medium laser. I think that's medium laser, that's physical size. Medium laser and small laser there. Over here we have the construction ship, and over this side we have the science ship. So once you've got that sorted out, you want your science ship to start surveying your system so you know what stuff you've got. And I might as well stick on fast because there's not really a lot else to do. You just sit down and wait for him to do the searching. Right, now this is interesting. We've just found on E49DX1 there are 2 minerals we can get from there which are required to be mined. Because it's in our system, we can get our construction ship and tell it to build a mining station. That will give me a bonus of 2 mineral income every month, but deduct 1 from my power in order to run it, which is a good job. We've got another power source over here, so I can get this, that, and I'll be a net gain of 4 minerals per month. Leader has gained a level, so when he's out and doing scanning, he will gain experience. When he gains a level, it basically means that he gets a bonus to sciencey stuff. You know, he's slightly better. He gets a bonus to doing research projects and such. So that is built. Brilliant. Let's go over here and build one here as well. I think the system survey is almost done. I've just got another planet or 2 to do up here by the looks of it. It's always worth as well, since here, if you can afford it, get yourself some extra Corvettes, because system you never know. Complete. There we are. Branlar system has been fully surveyed. Yes, you don't know when you're actually going to get somebody just casually, or space aliens casually stroll in and attack you. It's unlikely, but you never know when it's going to happen. So now the scientist has done his job over here. Complete. We finished building our 2 extra Corvettes. Mass extinction. Our first stumbling steps into the void beyond Rathnox were not motivated solely by curiosity, but a desire to conquer the unknown. We need to leave our mark. Biosphere of Rathnox has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries. So this is a event chain that pops up. It's not often you get these pop up randomly. More often than not you have to do a science mission to pop them up, but here we go. I have just got a mass extinction event.
Situation log updated.
So if we go into here, mass extinction through the ages. To avoid a potential apocalypse, we must study the effects of major calamities had on other planets. So you find a broken planet, a burnt planet, a chilly planet, a desolate planet, and a noxious planet, and scan them all, and that will, I think, go on to the next stage of that, but that will, further down the line. Do all those, that will generally get you some kind of reward. However, we're going to get our science ship here, and we're going to tell them to go and survey Unith, while the construction ship builds ourselves a mining station down here. There's nothing else that's found in our system, so oh no, there's one down here, another asteroid. That is fantastic. So yes, you can see I've got 11 income a month there, and now 4 income on power. Speaking of, if we go into our planet, we can see that we've got people here who aren't producing a lot. So go on to him. We've made a startling find on one of the planet we're just meant to scan. It's teeming with alien life. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believe we're alone in the universe. We may not be alone out here. Gets us 60 society research. It's fine. So him, build a power plant, so I get bonus income here. You've only got so many spots here. As you can see, you can clear out. By the way, you can clear out these tile blockers. You can always clear out everything you get on your home world. Cost you 37.6 power, 37.6 minerals, and 90 days to do it. That will open up that area, and new citizens will eventually flock to that area. You'll get them like this. These actually in growth. When that becomes solid, that is a citizen in there, and they are now working that land. Other planets you will come across will have tile blockers in with red borders around them, which you cannot get rid of yet. You need to research the relevant tech to do so. So let's just build...
Anomaly found.
Oh, anomalies. Okay. Yeah, let's get them research now. These are things you'll find kicking around every now and again. Anomaly level 1, you need a level 1 scientist to deal with this, and failure risk 22%. Base risk of 30, but because I'm a level 2, it knocks it down by 7, so 22% chance to fail this. So I'll tell it to research there.
Construction
done over there. Good. You finished building that power supply. Good. Go and build another mining station. Let's pop over to Unith. Aha. This is a habitable world. This is one I can actually land on. Okay, so this was a successful by the looks of it. Moon is very small, stable orbit, and primary appears tectonically stable. Okay, so because of that gas giant over there, if I build a station around it, will get me 3 power per turn, or 3 power per month, instead of 0 power. So it's always worth getting these when you come across them. So, excellent find. So yeah, see. So red tile blockers, can't move these. Haven't got the tech for them. When I produce a ship that I can land, I'll place one over here, and you can see what you do in that regard.
Situation log updated.
Oh, alien vessels, brilliant. We have uncovered here. See what I mean about aliens can just jump into your systems. So here you are, here's 3 aliens that have just turned up. They are tagged as Alien Menace, and we have designated them the Alpha Menace. And just move that out of the way. That's just kind of, you get a status update going, oh, everyone's a bit concerned because aliens have showed up. Cost me 180 days, but nothing else of society research, and I can find out what these are all about. So I will start that off. Unfortunately, it does mean that the rest of my science research will stop while I'm finding out about
complete.
these. And system survey. Okay, excellent. So if I slow down time a little bit, I'll quickly pop out to the strategic view. So this is the galaxy view here. As you can see, this is the size of the galaxy. This is my little empire here. I consist of a single world, which is my home world. And the area in green is my influence area, and the area within this dotted line here is the distance that my starships can travel to, or more specifically this one in a single jump. And the green line is my sensor radius. So since we've done Unith, let's head over to Scat and survey there. Just click on Unith to go back in. And here they are, just hanging around here.
Special project complete.
Right, here we are, the Tiyanki. So I've identified them. They are called the Tiyanki. They are basically giant space whales. And it says hunting them would be a net loss anyway. So I gain the option to get new society research going, and various different species you come across will give you these kinds of options. So because I've got materialistic, I've said it's not going to get me any. I'm not going to get anything from hunting them, so I might as well just leave them alone, which is good because they are a neutral creature. Sometimes you get the option to say, oh, we can do a scan of them, or we can go and hunt them down. If you don't have anything militaristic on your side, you'll probably just get scan them or leave them alone. So hunting them would be net loss anyway, but it has opened up a new research tech for us.
Research complete.
Here. Here we are. First research has been completed. Field modulation gives me power plant 2, which gives me extra power when I build them. So let's get next fusion reactors, because we're going to need them for our starships. Pop back in here and say we can upgrade you. That's brilliant. What can we build here? Because you're not doing anything. Build you a hydroponic farm. You aren't doing anything over here.
System survey complete.
Let's see. See, that tile's not doing anything for me, so I'll just stick a science lab on there. That's fine. Construction ship has finished. That's good. Hop over to Unith because this is in my territory. Even though I don't have anything, don't have a base built here, I should still, once I have the money, in fact, just go into orbit. Let's get my ship over here. Once I have the cash, I can build in here. You can see here, this is my ship warping in. Bang! I can now see what's going on in the system. Heading over here.
Research complete.
There we are. Build a mining station. Research complete. We have New Worlds project. Brilliant. Let's go into research and say, oh, this is a good one. Monument to Purity makes your people happier. That one comes in handy later. So we have New Worlds. Go to Spaceport. Cost me 350 minerals in order to produce a colony ship, which is going to take quite some time to get up to. Science ship, what are you doing? You have finished researching SCAT. What have we got? SCAT has 2 minerals, 3 society research and 1 engineering research in it. Fine. Next job, off to Mosthaven. And yeah, you can see the bars and things.
Situation log updated. Evading
We've
hostile
encountered
fleet.
something in here. So we've flown into the system and we have encountered space crystals. They appear to only be small space crystals, but there are still aliens that we do not know. And so civilian ships, like construction ship and science ship, will automatically retreat from any system that has hostile aliens in it. CEA has gone off back to SCAT, so instead you can pop off to Weazen and we can say, find out what these are all about. And now we're in Weazen.
Construction complete.
So there are no habitable
Research
worlds
complete.
in here, because if there were, you'd see a little symbol next to them to say this is habitable. So there might just be, I don't know, a few resources in there.
Anomaly found.
We have armor. We have anomaly. Research that anomaly. Gets upgrade. Improve spaceports, so I can produce ships faster. Habitable world survey. Okay, this is one you generally get up. After you've discovered a world or two, it'll come up and say, hey, you want to do a habitable world survey, go out and scan a whole bunch of planets that are habitable. So you've got a commendable initiative, which starts the chain, or you've got more important stuff to focus on, which gives you a little bit of influence, but doesn't start a chain. So I normally
Situation
go
log
commendable
updated.
because in the early game, it's generally not hard to find planets to scan. They have to be habitable by you, as long as they have a habitable atmosphere to them, so that any of the basic planets you can start on, as long as it's one of them, it counts. And this is okay. This is one of the amusing ones. Someone has used a mining laser from orbit to approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a body of writing the surface of Wezen 2A. Massive script covers a large portion of the moon's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Basically, I've just found a moon with graffiti on it. Fascinating, we say, which gives us 3 society research if we build a science station around that moon. See SCAT here. I can't colonize SCAT, but it does count towards the habitable survey if I scan it after I get that
Special project
job.
complete.
Crystals. So here we are. So we can say issue a special product to remote scan crystals, which gives me the crystalline entity observation path, or I can attack them, which gives the shard event chain. I normally just go for attacking them because it's not that difficult to build up a fleet that can take out crystals. They're one of the weaker enemies.
Situation log
The
updated.
amoebas are the hardest ones. They are like 450 fleet strength. Those are normally about 130 each. So how are we doing on
System
here?
survey complete.
We've still got a while to go, so let's just get some more surveying going on down here.
Evading hostile fleet.
Oh, new hostile species found there. Crystalline entities. Fine. In which case, head over this way. And you see, that's the jump path it's going to take to get there. So, yeah. If you don't have very good engines, I think it can take. You have to go more jumps because it's a smaller flight distance. Construction ship, you're not doing much at all.
Situation log updated.
We encountered a former alien vessel. Another one in Kandori.
Evading hostile fleet.
Gas cloud. So again, we've got special products we can do for them, but as is basically just to kind of show you how to do stuff, I'm going to go with that in a moment. We do, however, have enough cash to build ourselves a colony ship. Let's get that underway. Normally by this stage you say, okay, I've got a world to colonise, because I think you normally will always generally have one of the worlds near you will have a colonisable world. And keep heading out, keep scanning. We have new power supplies, brilliant. Let's get research speed bonus. Do keep building with your construction ship, and when you select your construction ship it will tell you what has been scanned on various places. So you can see scat. I can say that there's all this stuff in white here is stuff I have not built on, stuff in green is stuff I have, and stuff in yellow belongs to another empire. It's always good to keep building so long as you have the cash to keep it going. If you don't have the cash to keep it going, then don't build anything, because that'll put you in debt, and eventually you'll start have to sell ships and things in order to make up the money. Colony ship is almost done.
Construction complete.
There we go, colony ship is done. So let's go to Unit 2 and say colonize for 30 influence with the solitary plumage starship. And this is where you can choose where you're going to put down the base. It affects the 4 tiles around it to increase what's there. This is a good place to do it because it's got influence on all 4 tiles with stuff there. Ideally you don't want to place it really down here because of tile blockers, but still, once I research tile blocking, that will actually pay dividends.
Situation log updated.
We have encountered new aliens in SCAT system. That's a space amoeba. So over we go. Here comes our colony ship off to Eunice. If you double click on ships, by the way, it will snap to them. So unfortunately, because I've got this on such fast speed, I'm not able to double click fast enough. Bang! Right, so here you are. I've arrived on the planet, and a great day for the Brathar Commonwealth. We have just colonised another planet. Now up here, you can see Unith Prime. I could change the name if I wanted to, but you know, so what. This is the amount of time it's actually going to take before that colony is operational. So until that point, it's just setting itself up. So you say, a great day. And you see here, so that green bar is going to be increasing. It's going to cost me 8 credits each month for 11 months in order to actually have it set up. And you see there, it's being colonised. Don't have anyone there yet. Once we do, then that is going to be reducing to food. I can't really unfortunately speed this up anymore. It's at its maximum game speed right now, so I can't go any faster. So I'll just wait. Alright, here's an interesting event. This one will normally pop up for you. Basically, after a little while, you will get this message up saying that space pirates have appeared, and they used to be some of your people. Now they're probably going to go and attack
Colony
Prime.
established. Situation log updated.
New rule. Okay, yeah, I've got hit 10 years, so I've got a new rule installed. Blood Bill has been elected as Chief of the Brathar Commonwealth. So that's my leader's name. that is fine. And he's given me a mandate to say, go and produce some mining stations. Which I can do, but, you know, for the purpose of this, I'm not gonna. Right, Unith Prime has now been settled. It had producing 1 food. We can stick a governor on here to make everyone happy. Surface, so you can see, so he's already started putting somebody up there, which is fine. If you want to go to somewhere specifically, then put down a building and that'll be the next one to be produced. Otherwise they'll just go for whatever one produces the most that they think they need. Every planet you can build armies on, you can build defensive and offensive. Speak for themselves really. I have the Monument to Purity. Here we are, tile blocker. Research that, brilliant. Defensive armies will guard your planets if you get attacked. Offensive armies, you can embark on their own starships and go off and invade other people's planets. Let's get blue lasers. Blue lasers are better than red lasers. So that's basically how colonies work. So you keep them supplied. As long as they've got adequate happiness and food, then they will remain part of your loyal empire. The less happy they are, the more likely they are to generate separatist groups who will eventually demand independence, and until they get independence, they will just continually attack your own settlement and just bash it to pieces. Improved spaceport, excellent, so I now have a better spaceport. Ion thrusters, so I can move faster. How long do we have? Okay, we've got a fairly long time. Okay, in which case then, while we're waiting for this, I'll just pop into the ship designer. Unfortunately, I can't do the contacts because we haven't met any alien species, actually, other empires yet. So ship designer, it's worth staying in here. If you get any upgrades to your ships, put them in here. Now, because I've only got 1 type of laser, that's fine. That's all I can do. I have armor and better reactors, so I can tell this ship to auto-complete and it will use the best available. So yeah, so it's upgraded 1 fusion reactor there and put 3 ranks of armor. That armor now gives me a 9% damage resistance on this starship, so any shots hit it, the damage is reduced by 9% and the overall result is now taken off my hull, which is 300. And overwrite it. As time goes on, you will get better ships, corvettes, then destroyers, then cruisers, then battleships, and each ship has more and more stuff on it. You can change the core types. Bigger ships have multiple cores. With this one, you've got a striker core, interceptor core, shifter. Striker core is the one it's got here, which gives me 1 small, 1 medium weapon. Interceptor gives me 3 small weapons. Shifter gives me 1 small weapon, but 3 small utilities and 2 medium utilities. So if I want a ship that's got a lot of armor on it or big shielding, but only 1 weapon, I'll go for the shifter core. That's just randomly giving me some stuff. Fine. So that's the basics on how to get to grips with Stellaris. Obviously, the best thing to do is keep building, keep producing, keep scanning places, because you never know what you're going to find. You can uncover interesting chains. Any alien species you come across that are alien menaces like that, crystalline entities, any of those you come across, as long as you have a ship available, you can kill them and then you can harvest their corpses for scientific research. And eventually when you find another alien species, you can go into here and do diplomacy with them. At the moment there's only 1 species I know of, which is my own one. So there you go. Fairly quick and rough and ready look at how to start off with Stellaris. I hope this was at least semi-useful and kind of learning how to get to grips with the base game. Best thing is really to have it on normal speed when you're playing. You see it is 1 day per real-time second. It's generally 30 days to the month. Every month gets you your relative income and your research and all of that. You can slow the speed down if you want. If you really need to keep it running, but you need to micromanage, you can whack the speed down to slowest, do all the micromanaging you need to do, then put it up to normal. If there's absolutely nothing going on and you're literally just waiting for research and there's nothing else you can build or do, then you may as well just have it on fast and wait until that's done. So yeah, there you go. As I said before, hope this was at least somewhat informative. Thank you for watching. Have a really good night and enjoy your 4X experience.